Hi everyone, Rosa here with Credit Expert, and today I want to talk about medical collection company accounts. And the reason I want to talk about them is there's a common misbelief out there that they're treated differently by the score than other third-party collection company accounts. And that may be true with more recent scoring models, but those scoring models that you care about, those models that are producing those numbers that are found on those merged credit reports that you're using in the mortgage industry, the only thing it understands about collection company accounts is that they exist and when they occurred. That means it doesn't differentiate if it's paid or not paid, if it's medical or not medical. But there's a reason that that misinformation exists. And probably the most common one is that whenever there's an announcement about a recent FICO scoring model update, they communicate what the changes are and people assume that that's how it works now. And in FICO 9, which is a relatively recent model, collection company accounts do treat medical collections differently than non-medical collections. They also treat collections that are under $100 differently. In fact, they don't consider collections that are under $100. And they treat medical collections once they're paid as never existing, meaning once collection counts are paid in FICO 9, they're no longer factored into the score. And it's important to understand that only because, when it comes to the scores you care about, even if those medical collections are paid in full, they're still being factored into the score the same way. So to get the benefit that is there by more recent scoring models, that collection company account has to be removed. And understanding that may help give you the ability to help your borrower. So about 50% of all external third-party collection company accounts that are being reported are medical collections. And, in a lot of cases, your borrowers don't even know that they're being reported, meaning, maybe there was a small copay. We all know how reliable the billing is, right, from some medical offices, and they didn't even get notice, but now it's showing up on their credit report, and it's having a pretty significant impact. And the other thing to understand about medical collections is they are typically the easiest type of collection company account to get removed from the credit report. So when I reached out to a couple contacts I have that work in this industry day in and day out and work with borrowers to help them, in this situation, they say 80–90% of the time, the collection company is willing to, remove it in exchange for the debt being paid, as long as the consumer asks them to do it. So understanding that can have a pretty significant impact because those medical collections can be having a pretty significant impact on the score. So what they do and what I would recommend you do if you decide to use this knowledge is, of course, simulate it first. And the reason you want to simulate it is, like all things credit score, you're not always going to get an improvement, for a change in information. So I'm just looking at a sample credit profile here reporting on Equifax, and you'll see in this case there's one medical collection, and we know it's medical, due to HIPAA. There's no name being reported here, it's just the account number. It's a pretty small amount, $188. So the consumer can reach out to that company, offer to pay it, ask them to remove it, and we can simulate the removal here in the Credit Expert What If Simulator, and that's a pretty drastic improvement. So I hope you find this information useful and that you can use it to assist your borrowers. And as always, if you have any questions for us here at Credit Expert, please don't hesitate to reach out to info@creditexpert.com.